Hello and welcome to another edition of the Full Force News Burst, brought to you by GeneralsJoes.com with me as your host Chris in Action Xperience McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80. Joining me today to discuss the news that Hasbro will be opening Nerf Action Xperience Centres via Kingsmen Creatives Ltd in the USA next year is Justin Action Sexperience Bell. So without further ado, let's get stuck into this news burst. Nerf! Yesterday, Hasbro revealed plans to open Nerf Action Experiences in the United States next year, following a significant buzz internationally. As the reveals pour out just prior to the Las Vegas Licensing Expo this week, we were told that Kingsmen Creatives Ltd and its subsidiaries expanded their licensing agreement with Hasbro to open Nerf Family Entertainment Centres in the US through Kingsmen Experience Incorporated, with the first Nerf Action Experience opening in Singapore later this year. Casey Collins, SVP and General Manager of Consumer Products at Hasbro, said, "When we first announced that Kingsmen was bringing the Nerf experience to Singapore, we heard from fans around the globe that they were excited about the possibility of more locations around the world. The work Kingsmen has done with the upcoming opening of the Nerf Action Experience in Singapore is outstanding, and we cannot wait for fans and families from all over the US to have their own experience in their backyard, because for us and our fans, it's Nerf or nothing." Andrew Cheng, Group CEO of Kingsmen, added, "The opening of Nerf FECs in the US will redefine how fans can experience the brand as they find themselves immersed in exclusive Nerf worlds. We look forward to breaking new ground as we engage audiences in a truly one-of-a-kind experience. The first US location will open late next year. Justin, looks like these Nerf arenas we have discussed so many times in the past are actually happening. We are seeing so many things like this from Hasbro now. How do you expect this particular project to go over in the US? Do you see it being popular?"
Oh yeah, I would think so. I mean, it's Nerf it's kind of synonymous. It's been a part of American culture for a pretty long time. So yeah, I think that people would be really into it.
Yeah, there was mention of the centres having different themes. I mean, could we be seeing G.I. Joe in this one? Could we see a G.I. Joe themed room in the future?
Yeah, I would say that's possible. I mean, I guess that, I kind of have to get my head around exactly what they're doing, if it's similar to like a laser tag kind of situation or something like that. But yeah, I could definitely see them doing some sort of G.I. Joe themed obstacle course or escape room or just, some kind of competition.
Have you ever been to any of these kids kind of centres with your kids? Like there's one in Vegas called Gravity, which is like trampoline floors and like kind of pits with those Tetris like foam blocks in them, so you can just jump in and it doesn't really, you're not going to break anything.
I haven't really been to any with the kids. No, I mean it hasn't really been their shtick. I mean, we've gone to plenty of amusement park type of places, but not really any of those particular. I mean, I think my eldest daughter has gone to a couple trampoline parks and stuff like that, but I don't know if it's really the same exact thing. But I have not really experienced one. I mean, beyond going to HasCon and kind of the Nerf shooting range they had there, but that was a little bit different.
I mean, let's talk about HasCon, because obviously they seemed to demo this platform at first. The first and last event that Hasbro are putting on, called HasCon. But I mean, it looked really popular when we were there. I mean, loads of kids were like flying into that mini arena and just shooting each other. I suppose that is quite a fun thing. Based on the fact that HasCon was scrapped so brutally, despite a solid showing over that weekend, do you hold out much hope that these experiences will be around for a long time to come?
I think so. I mean, at HasCon, those things were kind of a free perk to attending the show. I mean, it wasn't really it wasn't the destination. You didn't go there to do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it kind of remains to be seen whether that's a big attraction for free for a show you're already attending, or if you'll actually pay money to go do some of these things. So it's a tough call. I mean, the escape rooms and stuff like that seem to be pretty popular these days. So I think it's kind of a good time to capitalize on that sort of thing, but I'm still not entirely sure how the Nerf experience really aligns with that sort of format. I haven't been to Singapore lately, so I didn't check out what they
not while you're in Malaysia. You thought for the water park, you thought you'd hop on over.
Exactly.
The thing with the Nerf thing is, like, it's a really cool idea, but I don't know how much longevity it has, and if it's just one big room with people running around firing at each other, like paintball, I suppose, but with Nerf. I mean, how is that supposed? I mean, a laser tag is very easy to qualify, because if you get hit by the laser, it counts your points and all that kind of stuff. It tells you if you're dead, and so on and so forth. Paintball, you get hit by a paintball, you're hit. With Nerf, like, it's just an excuse to run around and pummel people with Nerf bullets. There's no way of quantifying like kind of make it a game as such, is there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would think there's a way for them to do that, but I don't really know. I mean, yeah, it's Nerf balls. You're getting shot with them. And I did, now that we're talking about this, I do remember kind of going to the Boston Children's Museum once, and they had actually a pretty cool kind of Nerf room that actually had these guns that were kind of crank powered. So they're like launching, dozens of these Nerf balls in a row, and you could mow people down with those. And that was pretty fun.
Saw Viper style, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't really know where the competition comes in. Like if they're going to have some way to be able to tell when you get struck by something, so you can have points that go back and forth. I would think there's going to be some way to do that. But
I suppose you could have pressure pads on like something that you wear. I mean, that would be pretty amazing, wouldn't it? If you could like hit certain pressure points and that would tally up the score at the end. I mean, that would be pretty damn awesome, actually. I think I'd want to get involved in that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, it would be tough to tell kind of how they would do that, because you'd have to have something that hit hard enough to trip a pressure point on a vest without being so hard that you knock some poor little kid cold when you smack him between the eyes.
I'd be running over there, just poking the pressure pad 100 times, just like, and then run away again. Yeah, or let's just pin them down. They can't do anything. They're only kids. Pin them down and then just keep punching their pressure pads. That's really harsh. I'm disappointed with you, Justin. That's really harsh. I mean, will you be going to shoot at other people's kids and your own, of course, when these come out?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, half the fun of doing stuff like this is shooting at kids.
This has turned into like the worst burst ever. This is a news worst, is what this is. But anyway, I mean, what are your overall thoughts of the idea? Do you think is this the way Hasbro are just going now? Is big kind of event type things they're doing, like obviously movies and these kind of entertainment centres, water parks? I mean, is this what we're going to have to come to expect now from Hasbro, as opposed to toy output?
Oh, they've made no secret of the fact that they're trying to shift their perspective to an entertainment company more than just a toy company. I think, stuff like this is going to become much more visible going forward, I believe. It signifies their shift in direction. And I think at first they kind of eyed themselves as a movie studio / entertainment company, and they've unfortunately experienced some mixed success already in that regards. There's a common theme in corporate and finance that you want to diversify your income streams, so they're trying some different ways of pulling this money and hoping that something comes of it.
Yeah. Okay, well, Justin, thanks for jumping on. We'll probably be talking again very shortly, I imagine tomorrow, now that the licensing expo is kind of up and running, and we've already had an image posted by our fellow comrades, What's on Joe Mind. They did post an image of what looks to be a door at the licensing expo that it kind of opens to a kind of secret room with a G.I. Joe logo on it. So that could be very intriguing and interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you expecting anything big to come out of the licensing expo?
I'm not sure big. No. I mean, the licensing, to my knowledge, the licensing expo isn't really where they reveal big, monstrous new news of things like this. I mean, yeah, like they've said stuff about Micro Machines and some things like that. But, I don't foresee any huge landmark news. They may reveal, obviously something is there.
Yeah. Or it's just a toilet.
Maybe, yeah.
And there's another
got a G.I. Joe's room and a G.I. Jane's room.
Yeah, I was going to say, just around the corner out of view is another door with G.I. Jane written on it.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That would be
all worked up over a G.I. Joe door, and it turns out to just be a creative way of identifying the toilets.
Hasbro staff bogs, that's what they are.
And what would be worse, like you find that out, or the licensing expo ends and there's no news. Like they had this mysterious door that said G.I. Joe on it, and nobody went in it, and nobody reported anything, and it just kind of
I'll tell you what, there. Mate. No matter what the outcome, the full force news burst will be all over it. Especially if there's nothing.
3/4 open today. Oh, today the door was closed. Oh, today the door was open 14%.
We've got Justin, our correspondent, to go through the percentages of door opening that day. That's exactly what it's going to be, isn't it? But anyway, hopefully we'll have something to talk about tomorrow.
Yep. Sounds good.
Brilliant. That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Thank you to my awesome co-host, Justin Bell. See you next time, and as always, it's full force or nothing. Get it?
Nerf or nothing, baby.
No, it's full force or nothing.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback or questions. We have also started a Patreon page, so if you want to see your name up in lights on these videos or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast or click the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.